Haunted Palace has officially earned a place in my top 10 K-dramas of all time. This series was a masterpiece, emotional, haunting, and deeply human in the most unexpected ways. The story itself was gripping from the start. I actually shared a review after the first 2 episodes, and I knew then that this drama had something special. But I didn't expect to love it this much by the end. Just a quick heads up. I'll be talking about Haunted Palace in full, including some major spoilers. So if you haven't finished the drama yet, consider this your warning. Let's start with the acting because wow. Yook Sungjae absolutely blew me away. The way he portrayed the dual characters, Yoon and Kang Chul, was just phenomenal. Especially in episode 14, when that emotional shift really took over. I was speechless. He embodied both characters so well. I could feel the internal conflict, the pain, the transformation. It was some of the best acting I've seen from him.
욕이다. 아니, 누구한테 얘를 운운해야 하겠느냐? 어?
Ji Hoon as the king.
니놈이로구나. 발척기로구나.
He was powerful and majestic, but also vulnerable and warm. Whether playing the kind-hearted ruler or his possessed, tormented version, he nailed both. His character stood out as one of the most just and compassionate rulers I've seen in any K-drama. He truly cared about his people, always putting their safety and well-being first, even when it meant risking his own life or power. He stood for justice, never hesitating to stand up against the wrong, even within his own palace. And beyond that, he deeply loved his queen. You could feel it in every scene they shared. Whether through quiet glances or moments of grief, their bond was undeniable. Speaking of the queen, her death in episode 15 broke me. She was such a gentle, loving character, and seeing her die, and the king's devastation, was just heartbreaking. Their love story was so pure, so sincere. I cried with him. BoNa as Yuri also impressed me. She has grown so much as an actress, and her performance in this drama proved that.
생청금이는 시왕전의 명을 받아 활대같이 굽은 길로 살대같이 달려와서 팔뚝 같은 쇠사슬로 보승하여 저승으로 압송할 것이니.
I especially loved the scenes where she danced in white for the spirits. They were mesmerizing and emotional. She really shined. As for the romance, it wasn't loud or overly dramatic. It was soft, subtle, innocent. There were no exaggerated kisses or over-the-top scenes, but the depth of emotion between the characters was enough to move you. Their love felt real and deep. Honestly, it became one of the most beautiful love stories I've seen in K-dramas.
벌써 다 폈는데?
Now, let's talk about the friendship between the king and Kang Chul. Their bond was one of the best parts of this show. Kang Chul was bold, brutally honest, sometimes rude, and that's exactly what made their friendship so real. It was the first time the king had someone who wasn't afraid of him, who treated him like a friend, not a ruler. Their banter, their care for each other, the sacrifices, It was all so well done.
어머나 이 손은 왜 잡노?
가시지요.
에이 되게 방식하게
Another relationship that touched my heart was between Kang Chul and Yoon Gap's mother. Even though she knew her son's spirit wasn't in that body anymore, she still loved Kang Chul as if he were her own. And he responded with such genuine, childlike love. It was beautiful. Even the Queen Mother, who started out as a typical cold and scheming figure, had a powerful redemption arc by the end. We saw her humanity. We saw that behind the cruelty was just a mother trying to protect what she loved, and she even saved the crown prince. It's rare to see such a layered portrayal of a queen mother in K-dramas, and I appreciated it so much. Of course, we can't forget the villain Agoji. He was evil, truly terrifying. The actor did such a good job that we all hated him and couldn't wait to see his downfall. And when he finally got struck by lightning, that moment was so satisfying.
어찌해 날 공격하느냐? 너는 보았다. 100년 전 내가 태어나.
Shout out to the palace guards and the court eunuch. Their loyalty, kindness, and courage were unwavering. I'm so glad all three of them made it to the end safely. They brought such warmth and depth to the palace scenes.
에이, 나 지금 누구랑 말하는 것이냐? 이 짐이 중요한 이야기를 하는데 어찌?
이보게 그 안경이란 것도 윗전 앞에선 함부로 쓰는 게 아니거든. 전화 앞에서 볼게.
아니,
And we have to talk about the music. The OSTs in Haunted Palace were absolutely beautiful, emotional, haunting, and perfectly matched to every scene. But the one that completely stole my heart was Rebloom. That song carried so much weight and emotion. Every time it played, it gave me chills. It felt like the soul of the entire drama. Now, let's talk about the final episode. It was honestly one of the best K-drama finales I've ever seen. It had everything: sadness, joy, fear, excitement, anger. A whole roller coaster of emotions. I was sure Kang Chul was dead. I was crying so hard, completely heartbroken. And then suddenly he was alive. And I literally jumped out of my seat from happiness. That moment hit me so hard. Their little family in the end. Pure magic. Seeing their daughter, now an emoji who could summon lightning. The way she bickered with Kang Chul was hilarious and adorable. I love that Kang Chul's personality stayed the same. Sarcastic, playful, protective, and his friendship with our kind-hearted emperor remained just as strong and beautiful. The final battle, especially the fight between Yuri Kang Chul and Pachukgi, was jaw-dropping. The choreography, the emotions, the stakes, it all came together perfectly. That last episode reminded me why I love K-dramas so much. Haunted Palace gave us a perfect ending. Not because it tied everything up in a happy bow, but because it honored every character, every bond, every sacrifice. And let's not forget the cinematography. The visuals in this drama were breathtaking, the locations, the lighting, the atmosphere. It felt like being transported to a magical, historical world. Every scene was crafted with care. Finally, the message of the series: to be kind, to protect others, to never turn a blind eye to injustice. It was such a powerful, emotional, and unforgettable journey. I already miss this drama, and I sincerely applaud every single person who worked on it. Haunted Palace wasn't just a story, it was an experience.